That's what my heart is saying. While every breeze is playing, my you.
Oh, boy.
Dave! Dave! You forgot your briefcase.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Have a good day.
Well, it better be. It's going to be an important one.
Dave, did you leave the car radio on all night?
Yeah.
Everybody seems to have a case of spring fever, including Mom. And as you saw, she's not being too careful about it. There's another 30 seconds or so to this cold open and nothing happens. It's the kind of start that makes you wonder if it's going to be worth it to keep watching. And for the first time in the series, we'll learn that Dave not only has an office, he has a secretary.
Morning, Susie. Morning, Susie.
Mr. Conrad Byron is inside waiting for you. He is gorgeous. He's too much.
My mistake, he has a zombie. Let's get a look at this gorgeous guy.
Mr. Byron, David Crabtree.
Crabtree, I am here because of the biggest and greatest housing development of my career.
Oh, Shady Acres. I see your commercials every day, Mr. Byron.
Seriously? But he's not concerned about women or looks or any of the rest. He has a gimmick for his new development, and he's so proud of it, he'll tell us about it at least 3 times in the course of the episode.
I have built 1,928 homes. Down payment, $1,928, and paid off at $1,928 per annum.
In other words, he's hung up on the year 1928. It's practically a fetish with him.
Now, do you see where you come in?
No, not exactly, Mr. Byron.
Your 1928 Porter. It's an omen. I am a superstitious man. I play hunches. And if you own a 1928 Porter, you are my lawyer.
And as usual, Dave is going to drag his family into this. He invites Conrad over for dinner so he can see how old-fashioned everyone is. Dave never learns.
Daddy, may I make the wheel go round?
Oh, Randy, leave it alone. It's rented. If we break it, we have to pay for it. It's an antique.
Dave, is all this really necessary?
For a big client like Conrad Byron?
Okay, there's your answer.
Daddy, look, did they have electric clocks in 1928?
I don't know, but I'm not taking any chances.
Don't forget to put on your overalls and have a piece of hay sticking out of your mouth.
Well, good evening, Mr. Byron, and welcome.
Thank you. Oh, and there it is. In all of its grandeur, a 1928 Porter if I ever saw one in red. Fire engine red, oh, it's really the cat's pajamas.
What?
Cat's pajamas, that's a 1928 expression.
No, it isn't. Its first recorded use is in 1920, and it originated in the jazz community. They came up with dozens more, like the bee's knees or the eel's ankles, and it was still in use when this was made, so there's no reason why Dave shouldn't have known it.
Quick, tell me, who is he? He's beautiful.
His name's Conrad Byron.
Byron. How old is he?
Oh, I don't know, about 60.
Did you hear what he said about me? He called me a fine machine. Beautiful, he said.
I gotta go in the house. Big deal cooking.
Make sure you bring that big, gorgeous deal out here later.
Don't start up, okay, Mom?
He patted me right on the radiator. How's that, cute?
Yes, we're heading into stupid land again. She's so smitten with this guy, she actually starts singing again while he's nearby. We all know what's coming, so let's get on with it.
In that beautiful old Porter, I was wondering, would you consider selling it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
How about
Mr.
a straight
Byron, it's
trade? My limousine for the Porter.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
don't
And
say
don't
no.
forget, my
No.
private chauffeur goes with it.
Oh,
A
no.
chauffeur in
His
limousine,
salary
please,
will
please.
be paid.
No, I'm sorry.
Barbara's okay with it, and so is somebody else.
Dave.
Don't worry, Mom. It's gonna take more than a chauffeur in a limousine and Barbara to make me get rid of you.
Dave.
After all, you're my own mother.
And you're my son, and this isn't going to be easy to say, so listen carefully.
Listening.
You should have said yes.
She thinks she's in love with this guy, and she's ready to go off and be with him. To do what, I'm not sure what she has in mind, but I doubt she's thought that far ahead. She's ready to drive away without Dave and head to Conrad's place. We won't ask how she knows where it is. She's pushy and obnoxious enough that Dave gives in and calls Conrad. The trade is made.
Certificate of ownership.
Certificate of ownership.
Registration.
Registration.
Though why they're doing it as though it was a hostage exchange, I'm not sure.
I'm Francis. That's spelled with an I. I look forward to serving you, Mr. Crabtree.
So you can just call me Dave.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. I must call you Mr. Crabtree.
How come, Frank?
That's Francis, with an I.
Because he can't pronounce Dave. Mr. Crabtree is much easier for him to say.
Now, would you like me to drive you somewhere, sir?
Yeah, I guess I might as well go to the office.
Mr. Crabtree, you can't ride in front.
Why not?
Everyone with a chauffeur sits in back.
Okay.
This promises to be the most entertaining part of the episode.
Mrs. Crabtree, please.
I just can't help it, Mr. Cutler. I mean, even Dave doesn't open the door for me.
You're supposed to call me by my first name, Francis.
But you call me by my last name.
Well, that's different.
Why?
Well, it just is.
Because a chauffeur is trained to act like a lower form of life. If Mr. Rich Louse wants to put his feet up on you, you let him. It's probably in the contract. When you treat him like an equal, he's not sure what to do.
Well, let's not argue, Mr. Cutler. Are you going to stay for dinner?
If I can eat in the kitchen.
Oh, of course. We're all eating in the kitchen. Dinner's in 20 minutes.
She'll ruin my image yet.
Just go with it, Francis. They'd rather have you as a friend than a servant. Let's look in on Mom's love affair.
Ta-da!
Honey, you got it.
Honey? Who's she calling my Conrad honey?
You like it?
Oh, Connie, I just love it. It's quaint.
Quaint? Look who's talking.
You should see the character I got it from. A local yokel lawyer.
Local yokel lawyer? My Davy?
But he's just getting started. He says this car will be the gateway to 1928 Shady Acres.
We get an acetylene torch, and we cut it right down the middle. The long way. And then we have the halves bronze. And we take them out and we weld them to the gates entering Shady Acres. And when the people drive up, the gates will open, and there on each gate will be one half of a 1928 Porter.
I wonder which half will get the personality. Thing is, Dave had been visiting her and he heard it all. Conrad and Goldie have taken Mom to a drive-in movie.
I have some hors d'oeuvres back there. If you will serve, I'll tend to the champagne.
What section of the snack bar did you get that from, and why haven't I ever found it?
Don't cry, Mom. It's me, Davy.
Davy, I'm so ashamed. Now I'll never get home.
Chin up. You just do everything I say.
I suppose if a car can fall in infatuation, it can also cry from a broken something. Let the con begin.
That's just great, Mom.
What next?
Just wait.
Oh, this darned old car.
Oh, I'm
There, look at-
freezing.
I don't know why she's cold, just because the entire ice bucket went down her dress. He says, I'll put the top up.
Go.
Dave is sure these antics will make Conrad want to trade back. If I'm Conrad, it makes me more determined than ever to cut it in two. But remember, Conrad is a superstitious guy, and he says this is an omen. He's not supposed to have this car.
Good evening. I'm your local yokel lawyer, and I've got a deal for you. How'd you like to trade this old unlucky piece of junk for a lucky limousine with a chauffeur? The chauffeur's name is Francis. That's Francis with an I.
We get the drug deal type exchange again, and Mom is back home.
So long, Dave. Great knowing you. So long, Barbs.
We're really gonna miss you, Frank.
See you, Frank.
Francis? Coming, sir. My career is over. You've ruined me as a chauffeur.
How's that, Frank?
Francis! Hold your horses, Conrad. I'll be there when I get there. See what I mean?
When I started watching this episode, I had no idea that the big winner would turn out to be the chauffeur Francis, with an I. But you can call him Frank. Just don't yell at him, it makes him go slower.